Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Lauren.
And I'm Ian, and this is the Barre class. Last week, we prepped for 1s, 2s, and 3s and worked on those mobility skills for the hips. Today, we'll split that difference and press for 2 all the way up for those 5 sets. Lauren starts with the feet, takes over on the floor with the core, and we'll get going with those kettlebells in a second. But join us. Thank you so much. Take it away, Lauren.
All right, as promised, we'll get started with the feet. So with them underneath of us, which is always a good place for them, we'll spread out the toes, feel the arches lightly pulled together, squeezing our butt cheeks, slightly pulling our kneecaps up, keeping our rib cage over top of our hips. And then from there, with a balance aid or without, we'll gently bend one knee towards that demi-point position. And then we'll come up to our 2 points and come down on the other side. And we'll come up to 2 points and down on the other side. And one more time where we come up to 2. Let's hold a little balance up here and try to change your gaze. Could you look around the room? And then come back to center. We'll come down with one heel, keeping the other heel up, and then bend the knees, hips sit back. Now we'll press the hips through to tall, tall, double up, control it down, repeat on the other side. Little tip of the hips to allow the femurs to go back, but also to send the knee towards over the toe. We'll extend the hip, double up one more time on each side here as we sit back and then press through to tall, up, down, knee towards over toe. Then let's stay this height. Let's peel both heels up off the floor and hold. Can we march those feet, putting one heel down and peeling up and the other heel down and peeling up. And one more time on each, down, and then down, up, and then we'll sink a little lower, but only as low as you can to press out of it and hold that balance up there. And this time we'll lower ourselves, making our way all the way to the floor. By lower, I mean stay on your points, but bend your knees all the way down. And then soft landing, knees land, point your toes out, sit back on those feet for 1 second, and then we'll extend the hips through, and let's find our hands on the floor. So our fingers land first callus line and then full palms. Our elbows, pits are rotated forward and shoulders pulled out of the ears. Let's stay stacked over top of those hands and we'll press through the fingers and then control it down. And again, we'll press through the fingers and control it down. And we'll do that one more time through our first knuckle push up, pressing, and then flicking the floor away. Today, let's do a full quarter turn of the hands, so fingers come down, facing your knees, and then full palms. We'll keep the shoulders pulled out of the ears, and we'll gently sit back. Breathing here, trying to keep the palms connected, all the fingers heavy, and then we'll rock ourselves forward. We'll rebend the elbows, and we'll gently peel the palms away, flicking the floor, and giving that a little shake out. From here, we'll turn it over to our splits, and then we'll get back into our plank to get ready to press.
And a couple push-ups maybe, we started last practice with push-ups and finish with push-ups. So we'll get heavy in the middle and some nice light body weight exercises in between them. So sitting up nice and tall, let's work the head and then the body. Work the head to look at the knee or the leg out to the side, follow with that core rotation. Then incorporate a gentle hinge to that leg, push through the heel that we use those muscles to bring ourselves back up. Return the head to the middle, let the body follow. Repeat the other side. So a head rotation at the neck, followed by that rib cage, and then a gentle lean forward, but keeping that spine nice and long. Pull ourselves back up tall, head center, body follow. Repeat one more time, and the hands could go anywhere, but across the shoulders is good. It keeps those shoulder blades back, ensuring our nice strict hinging shape there as we push down to go up. Head resets, body follows, and one last time, head. Incorporate that torso hinge at the hips and press to tall, head center, body center. Now maybe take the hands to the floor and maybe create some more wriggle room for those hips, ensuring that we're in our cow posture or that tailbone back anterior tip. Now gently press a heel in the ground as to bend the knee, creating tension along the quads and those hamstring groups, and encourage a straight knee and perhaps a little wiggle to get wider. Same thing on the other side. Press down on the heel, feel some tension across those hamstring groups here, and then extend, pulling up the quads or the knees, and create some wiggle room. One last time each side. Pull down, create tension, Making sure we can still breathe, head straight, wiggle, and final time on the other side, same effort. Then enjoy the splits position with a gentle hinge through the middle, aiming to keep the spine long. And like Lauren, I too want to get my forearms on the floor, keeping the chin neutral as to not look forward too much, unless it's to say hi, hello. But then pressing, breathing, a little bit of a shimmy in there, have some freedom to move, pull ourselves back up to tall, gently peel or pull those legs together. Back to Lauren.
All right, we'll get to our plank position first, warm that up, take a second off, and then we'll pump out our push-ups and stand back up. So in our plank position, we're creating the tension that we're going to need when we press for today's practice. Hands come to the floor, hips lift up, butt cheeks squeeze, shoulders pulled down, abs are braced. We're feeling nice and tight here, feeling the pull together underneath of us. I could come through and push you, but you wouldn't fall over because you're so tight with all your muscles for 3, 2, knees come down, press the floor away. Take a second off those hands. Let's extend the hips forward and just work on our tall position here in the top of our swing, but also even in our press. We want our hips forward and our cage down. Our hips forward, our cage down. If you want to take it a little further, we could even take one or both arms towards overhead. Once they're there, we're trying to keep our elbows nice and straight, keep the cage down, keep the arms overhead for 3, 2, then pull the sky back down, extend on the elbows, and let's get down for a couple push-ups here. Whether your number's 1 or 10, either from your knees or from your toes, practice some good push-ups where we have tension in our butts as we're pushing the floor away, breathing and embracing, and keeping our head in line with our shoulders.
Okay.
So whatever your number is, ours is going to be the number 10.
Ooh.
About 10 push-ups here, keeping the hips up. We're pulling ourselves down, pressing away. Pulling down, pressing away. 3-ish. 4, 5, butts on the up. 6, practice that breathing for our presses. 8, 9, 10. Nice. Lift those hips. We'll walk ourselves up to tall. Maybe we'll hold our kettlebell here. And then we'll get those hips going, and then our first set of presses thereafter.
Sounds good.
So we'll hold that bell first in the rack position, just getting used to the load. It always feels heavy this first time. Don't panic. Just play it out. Follow the leader. Hip hinge. Grip with one hand. Cuddle. Zip to the rack position. In this rack position, cage over top. Hips are pushing forward. Butt cheeks are squeeze. Cheeks, not cheeses. Pinkies are pointed up towards the ceiling for 3, 2, 2 hands. Park bell. Whew. I'm right, that did feel heavy. Trying not to panic.
Yes, it did.
Get ready in 3, 2, same thing, second side. Pull, zip, punch, hold. Good. Pinkies driving, forearm vertical, cage down, cheeks on. 5, 3, 2, 2 hands. Park bell. Up without. Ooh.
I'm going to take lots of time here before I have to go back to that kettlebell, knowing that my body will say, hey, that was heavy, but we're going to be nice and ready. So 2-parter here. First, let's just get nice and loose. So take a leg to the front with a bent knee, open it to the side. Then we'll turn in on that hip and bring the leg towards across the midline and then open up. We could have that high tension, flex foot or point. And as Lauren's doing beautifully, open to the side and then in and just repeat. Could we do that a little faster, keeping a very active but quiet core with or without that hand on the bar? Repeat once or twice more, and then just pull the leg back to the middle, land with the toe ball, and push the hip through to be tall. We'll stay right here. Maybe turn yourself around to switch your balance aid, but do the same thing. Pull the leg up, open to the side. It's a turn in, a cross body, and open away, a turn in. Feel the slowness to create some nice strength awareness for the hip and core stability, and then play with that a little bit to create a little bit more of that supple movements of in and out of that hip while working on our balance. Pull back to the middle, land toe ball, and push the hip through. Let's return back to the bar here to work on our first set of pliés, continuing Lauren's warm-up. Take a single leg to the front and do the turnout action from the hip, return underneath. Same thing, finding that first position stance. Pull your feet together to create our diamond plie and push your hips through, pulling up the kneecaps as Lauren also said in the warm-up. Repeating again, great cues for you and us as well. Push those hips through. On our third repetition, let's find the toes. So let's pull ourselves down. Then the heels may lift to help us get lower, keeping the ankle bones pushing forward. Connect the heels, push the hips through, and then open to the side, land toe ball heel. 2 repetitions on flat foot from this position now as we pull ourselves low and push the hips forward to be tall. You can't see it, but there's 2 panes of glass in front and behind Lauren, and making sure that we don't lean back too heavily nor forward. For the third repetition, we'll pull ourselves down, and this is again a little heel rise. Lift the heel, but present that heel forward and land. Repeat on the other side. Push that ankle forward, heel land. Get lower, even if it's in your imagination. And for one more time, heel lift on a single leg, followed by heel lift on the other, and then push those hips through. Point one way with the foot and go the other, and find our first ankle balance here. We're in that turned out position. Be heavy on the feet, cramped on the glutes, pointed on those toes. The ribs are over the hips, just like that tall kneel position. And now let's land in that first position, V, and repeat the same effort on the other side. Pulling up to that ankle nook, down low. Squeeze your standing bum cheek. Weight on the full foot, but put a little bit more into those toes. You can find your balance at any time. Back to the kettlebell. Whew.
So this is our first set of presses here today, and as promised, we are trying to press for 2 reps on each side. As you know, this series we've been working with our heavier kettlebell, so 2 is going to be challenging, but doable. I hope you have a similar weight at home. Let's get started. First arm, 2 reps. Take that nice inhale to bring it up, and 1, inhale down, 2, oh good. Good, feeling more positive than that first round hold there.
Me too.
Remember, if you ever need to rest in this series of presses, we always try to rest with the arm overhead for a little second. Resting in that rack position, you're probably gonna get stuck. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Inhale to rack, and 1, inhale down, 2, pull back down, park bell. Woo.
Woo is right, and woo-hoo for our first set done. That's 2 for us. Welcome to join us on that second set in a minute. Until then, let's get back to that natural turnout, making sure we're not contorting ourselves there. And this time it's that straight leg point to the front, or tendu. Tendu to the front, and then return the heels together. Repeat to the side. Taller all the time as you bring that leg back in, ensuring it stays nice and straight. And one more time to the side. Now along the floor, a little quicker, go front together, side together, back together, and side together. Same leg off the floor. A little jeté and together. And then together. Keep the leg straight so the kick comes from the butt cheeks there. And one more time in the cross, front, side, back, and side. Stay off the floor. Then pull the ankle to that coup de pied balance and hold. Flat-footed, maybe arms in first. And I think I and Lauren there will be trying that releve or the demi-point balance. For time, control back down, finish tall. Switching sides, repeating on the floor in that cross pattern, slow and fast, and off the floor, slow and fast. Turn out, point. Tall on that standing leg to create the room for this other straight leg to come back in. It's reaching to the back, underneath the hip, to the side, underneath the hip. Now front and side and straight legs back and side and in. And now off the floor, together. Just off the floor, together. Straight legs to the back, heels together, to the side and front and side and back and side. Keep it off the floor, find the ankle, maintain that turnout, focus eyes forward. Challenges could include looking at your training partner, but this is enough challenge for me today. And then we'll return to our position, shake and wiggle, and whatever Lauren tells us to do is next.
Well, surprise, surprise, we're going to do 2 in a row again. This time I'm going to start with the second arm. So last time I actually did my non-dominant arm first. This time I'm going to do my dominant side. I do like to do this as I press heavy, just to keep it even. Ready? First side, inhale to brace, and hup, 1, inhale to pull down, hup, 2, good, little bit of a grind at the end. We drove through those pinkies, we stayed up tall. You might have seen a slight bend, but think of it more as a hip drive than side flex underneath. Second side, inhale to brace, hup, 1, pull down, hup, 2, good, pull down, park it. Whew.
Nice job.
Nice,
Set
2 down.
Feels good about that one. Returning to the bar, returning to those legs turned out. This time integrating that squat or plie with those leg bends. Bend both knees, single leg out front, toe ball heel, straight leg out the back, and return your heels together. Reach a straight leg back, push forward to go back, and repeat a squat plie. Then a leg to the side. Straight legs together, straight legs back to the bar, returning to our V stance. Then again, sit squat. Reach back, push forward, connect heels together, reach forward, push behind and together. And final one, knees over toes, reach to the side, push, connect, reach back to the bar, heels together, and balance. Find the ankle. Been there, done that. Continue on to that passe position at the knee. The toes are pointed, the ribs are forward. Any cues to share, Lauren?
Be on the forefoot of your standing leg, sending your hips forward and your knee to the side.
And then return and switch.
Well, I thought of another one, so ask me again after.
I will indeed. We're here in that first position, and it's that squat plie or diamond. Leg tendu forward, stiff leg back, straight leg together. Straight leg back, push forward, return. Squat plie, reach out to the side, push, straight legs together, reach straight legs back to our first position. Knees bend to the rear, push forward, heels connect, tendu forward, point back, together, and final time to the side, reach, pull together, pull apart, back together, ankle balance time at the ankle, or passe at the knee. And what are those cues, Lauren?
Try to feel the underside of that leg helping you lift it, so tighten up that hammy and adductor, and then try to finish with a toe point versus resting your foot on the other leg in a dorsiflex position. Point, and then land.
Awesome.
That is harder. Woo. All right, we have set number 3 of our presses, going back to the first arm we pressed with. If 2 is too many, do 1 really good press. Always try to finish on a good rep. We're over top of that bell. We'll use our hinge. Pull to rack. 1, off arm tension, butts and abs. Inhale to pull down. 2, inhale to pull down. And park. Great. Whew. Shake it out. Remember, power in the butts, power in the legs, power in the core to help get you bell. Get you bell overhead.
Get it.
Ready? Second set. Inhale to brace. 1, pull down. 2, pull down. Park bell. Oh yeah.
We have a strong side and a stronger side. And today, my stronger side is my non-dominant. Always interesting, that human body. You about you?
I'm feeling the same way.
Feeling the same. Something was going on with that right arm a little bit.
It was a big day in the studio,
yesterday.
so.
I think so. Got to switch it up and demo with that non-dominant side, I think, instead. At the bar this time, slowing things down with that rond de jambe. First, straight legs. Second time, bent knees. Take the outside leg, tendu or point forward. For variation, turn in on that hip and then turn out. Then take it to the side and do the same thing, ensuring that when we turn in, the knee stays straight, and when we turn out, the hip stays forward. Now maximize that turnout with a straight leg and reach it to the back, and then brush the ankle forward, leading with the heel, and then toes lead back. Then once you're out of room at the back, turn it to the side, back to the front, and then hips forward, leg under. Now this time on a single leg, bend that single leg squat plie on the inside, and then keep it bent as we circle, circle. Keep the hip forward, particularly as that leg reaches to the back. Stand tall, brushing a heel forward to the front, and then hips forward, time that knee bend, and then reach from the back to the side, to the front, hips forward, leg under. Pull up the leg towards the knee, that passe position, and then like Lauren cued us, could we again transfer weight fully towards those demi points and hold for a breath or two, or just about 4 seconds here, and then return and return those heels to the ground. Shake and wiggle, repeating on the other side. So it's a circle shape at the hip on a straight leg, followed by our single leg version on the squat. Slight variation is to the front. Do our turn in, educate what that feels like as well, and then the turn out. From the turn out position, take it to the side, and again, turn in, keeping the leg nice and straight at the knee. Maximize that turn out. Keep the turn out shape and the knee stiff as it goes to the back. Brush the ankle, leading with the heel forward, and then toes lead us back. Straight legs as always, and turn out of that hip from the back to the side and onto the front and back to our first position. So now all the weight is on that inside leg as we sit squat, and then open the leg to the side. Keep the turnout, keep the hips and the focus forward as the leg goes to the back. Brush the ankle forward, all the way tendu point forward there, and then heels together, and about that point, we'll blend in that knee bend, turn out of the hip to the side, from the side to the front, hips through, climb up that ankle towards the knee, passe time, check it, and balance time on those demis. Believe, use your balance aid as needed, and always up with control, and most essentially, down with control as well.
All right, set number 4 here for our presses. Second last set, feeling good. Bracing abs, pressing overhead, driving through that pinky on the up, and lightly pulling down through that thumb on the way down. Not necessarily the thumb, that part. Okay, we are on the second side, that even set. Here we go. Inhale to brace, and up, 1, pull down, up, 2, good, pull down, park bell. Nice.
Nice is right.
All right. Same thing, other side. Inhale, brace, and up, 1. Inhale, pull down, and up. Oh, little weebles. Pull down, park bell. Good. Managed to keep that weeble in check. One more round after.
After movements on the bar here. A couple more moves at the bar, but that ultimate set of that kettlebell press coming up. In that first position, fondue time, knees bend together and straighten together. Pull the knees down as they bend and straighten them out, stretching, pointing through the toes. Repeating that cross pattern, it goes from the front to the side, then to the back with full stretch knees, of course, and then one more time to the side. At which time, stay on the flat foot or find your releve, and then balance down and up. Control the down, press up. One more time to that back side. Slight adjustments of the hand are not necessary, but probably helpful. And then for one more time, find that passe position. Challenge that attitude out front with or without the hand on the bar. Then back to the passe position, and then ultimately to that rear attitude position as well. And hold. Pull back to the knee, return with control. And make sure the calf is embracing that challenge, but not so much as the Charlie horse. Cramp is okay, but come home and wiggle it out. It's the same thing here as we pull up the ankle to the other standing leg and stretch the knees together. Then knees bend together and stretch. Back of the ankle, full stretch of those knees. Knees bend together, stretch. Flat foot is appropriate, or find that releve and land, and stretch back up. Find the ankle. Point those toes to the side. And one more time here to the back. Straight leg squeezing butts. And final one to the side. Stay on the releve if allowed. Find that attitude position, maintaining the turnout and that stability on the standing leg. And then back to the knee, and then that rear passe position as well. Breathe. Control. Make it look effortless. We know firsthand it's not. And then back to the ground with control.
Woo, our final set of presses here tonight. We're trying for another set of 2 to make 10 total presses on each side. That's a lot of presses with a heavy bell.
That means Lauren lifted 200 kilograms per side. Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa, that's a big load.
That is a lot. When you say it like that, that is a lot. So we're starting with that first arm you started your first set with here today. All right. Last set on this side.
I'm ready.
Inhale. And 1. Pull down. 2. Pull down. Whoa. That's like, did you say 200 kgs on each side?
I did.
That's like 400.
That's a lot of kgs in a workout.
That's a lot of newtons.
Ooh.
Not fig newtons.
Ooh, those are good too.
They're okay.
On a plane when you need a little snack.
Yeah, when you're really desperate.
I guess, all right.
After you donated blood. All right.
No, those are for Oreos. That's a good time for Oreos.
Second side, hip hinge, inhale to brace, and 1.
One more, Lauren, we're getting it.
Good, 400.
Nice.
And put bell down.
Whoa. There's one more exercise for me on the bar and a weight transfer with Lauren.
And push-ups.
Oh, and push-ups. Holy cow. But that sounds all good to me, as long as your body agrees. I'll make this one nice and quick at the bar. Find that first position, and more just based on the slip factor of the toes here, let's tendu or point out to the front. In the front and then side position, battements for 3 each. 1, 2, 3, up and down. 1, 2, 3, up and down. And this one, a little spicier, hold it. 1, 2, 3, up and hold, and hold, and hold, and down. Utilize that turnout. Same thing to the side. 1, 2, 3, up and down. 1, 2, 3, up and down. 1, 2, 3, up and hold, and straighten knees and hold, down together. Same thing, other side. Maybe it's a quick jaunt or maybe it's a cathartic sigh, but here we go for that core strength. It's a tendu to the front, and 1, 2, 3, up, down. 1, 2, 3, up, down. Same thing, hold, hold, hold. Could you again find that releve? Down. Lauren wants to be down.
Oh, you gotta keep your jaunting.
1, 2, 3, up, down. 1, 2, 3, up, down. 1, 2, 3, up, and hold, and could you find that releve? Making sure you're on that standing leg together. That's it for that. Push-ups?
Yeah, let's do a set of push-ups, and then let's finish with legs.
Done.
All right, giving you a hip break here. Whew, let's try to match the first number you did today.
Yep.
If it's not pretty looking, stop. Either take a break and finish the other extras, or just finish with some good reps here. All right, any number between 1 and 10, we'll lift our hips, we'll inhale to push down, press away. 2, 3, head stays in line, hips stay up, butt cheeks stay squeezed, abs stay braced. Somebody counts.
8.
7. 9.
10. Nice.
Nice. Somebody must always count.
So earlier in the warm-up, Lauren said, feet underneath of us, that's always a good place. And that's true, unless, as a plug for Saturday's class, they're over your head when your hands are on the floor, like in our handstand. Today's class, keep those feet on the floor or out front in our gesturing holds, or join us on Saturday, but more to come later.
We don't really do that. I just threw that in there.
Throw that in there.
All right.
Weight transfer style. Give us a safe, good finisher there, Lauren.
Okay. Let's stick it to the classic here where we take a straight leg and we point it to the side. And we'll just do a little tip tap. We're trying to show the inseam. We're trying to keep the hips level, lifting the leg in the socket. We'll land toe ball heel, transfer weight hips forward, little tip tap, test your balance, and come back. This time we'll pull ourselves across and let's right away try to find a single leg balance rise on a straight leg. We're pushing down to row up, holding, then landing on the heel, pulling yourself across, and repeating on the other side. Full transfer flat foot, then push down to grow up, finding that demi-point rise and holding butt cheeks, hips, then land. This time we'll pull ourselves across onto our bent leg. We'll find a flat foot, bent leg hold, keeping the hips level, lifting the leg. If you want to get fancy, move the leg to the front, take it back to the side, land toe ball heel, pull across. Bent flat foot, lift, hold. Point it to the front, point it to the side, land, pull yourself across. This time, could we keep the knee bent, but try to peel the heel up off the floor? Ooh. And hold. Nice. Then heel comes down and then pulls across. Other side, bent leg. Peel the heel up off the floor. Hold. 3, 2, then heel comes down. We'll come to center. We'll peel both heels up off the floor. Let's keep them off the floor, but straighten the knees. Hold, and then land softly on the heels. Push together. Excellent.
Awesome.
That was great. Heavy presses, got our hips moving, half hour.
Quick
Done.
and not easy, but simple. Every week, it's 3 classes. So far, we've done 2, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that live 8 a.m. experience with those handstand play sessions on Saturday. We hope that you can join us then, live or in the archive. Until then, visit our Patreon, $1 bill, and or subscribe to our newsletter on our website. Thank you for your continued support. Like, subscribe, share, and
I just want to say sorry about Tuesday's class. We had, I don't know if YouTube updated some things, but when we went live, our screen was black. So we didn't think we were recording. And so we didn't record. So that's why you saw me thinking like this. So always remember there's other videos in the archive other than week 4 of our kettlebell class this week. Anyway, we'll do it again on Saturday. Take care.
stay strong.
And let's train soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.